What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're coming at you with a Igknight deck profile. I thought they was gonna come at us with something better on that ban list. They didn't even give us Electromite back. That's alright. Let's jump into this deck profile and see what we're coming at you with. To start things off, I'm running one Cavalier and one Margrave. These are level 5s. They're not really too mandatory. These are usually what I use for my pen scales after I get everything searched out. And that's usually what they're meant for. Usually your beater will be your Cavalier and this is going to be your defender, but these usually, like I said, I'm using them for their pen scales. For the other Igknights, running 3 Veteran, 3 Gallant, 3 Templar, 3 Paladin, 3 Crusadia, and lastly 3 Squire. And we're trying to run a big package of Igknights. The biggest thing about the Igknights, they're going to blow themselves up in the pen scales, be able to search out another Fire Warrior monster, and just help you to be able to keep getting your consistency. Whatever scale you don't have, you can get it very easily. Load up your extra deck and then just pinch some everything out and just keep rocking your opponent over the head pretty much. For the non-Igknight monsters, I'm running 3 Rescue Rabbit. Yes, Rescue Rabbit is probably the best attribute for this deck, to be able to get 2 Igknights on the field as fast as possible. Very good, helping you to be able to make sure that you can. This is just going to be an instant plus onto the field, and that's what you want. It's going to help you load up the extra deck, get your Warrior Link monster up there, and just get your plays going the way you want to. Speaking of that, we're running one of the Super Cronk Red Lair. This is just to be able to help us to get a special summon. If you don't get to your Rescue Rabbit, this is another alternative way to blow up your 2 scales, get a free Warrior monster to the field, get a normal summon, just get your plays going the way you want to. And lastly, for the monsters, I'm running 2 Gokis, 1 Goki Suplex, and 1 Octo Stretch. Octo Stretch is mainly in here to get your play going with your Link monster, get it to the field, start getting your plays going the way you want to. And the main reason why you want to run this is because if your opponent does play something like Nibiru, stuff like that, you're going to have enough cards that you're going to be able to play through the Nibiru that it's going to, if they do hit you before you get to your some type of negate the Nibiru, you'll still have plays to be able to make to reborn your field, things like that. But that's it for the monsters. For our spell cards, running 1 Reinforcement of the Army. We got plenty of level 4 lower warrior monsters. Let's grab what we can grab. Also running 2 Painful Decision. This card is, a lot of people wouldn't think it's a good card, but it's a very good card. Even though you're sending a Igknight to the graveyard, you can still get that monster back for the way the Igknights work. You can get it out of the deck or out of the graveyard by blowing up your pen scale. So that's very helpful to you if you want to go that route. If you don't want to go that route, it's still cool, but being able to load up the graveyard is very helpful also. Also running 3 Summoner Arc. Be able to get to those big, higher level Igknights can be very helpful, especially generating some of the plays that you want to make. Can be very useful to you in some of your plays. Because of that, I'm also running 1 Ancient Rule. Yes, we can pendulum summon out, but this is just another alternative way to get another big monster onto the board. Getting 2 monsters on the field without a normal summon helps you be able to extend a little bit more plays. Speaking of the extending plays, I'm running 1 Pendulum Paradox. Once you blow up your pen scales, like I said, if it's still the same pendulum scale but different name, be able to use this card, get those monsters back into the hand, regenerate your hand, and keep your plays going the way you want to. Also running 3 Igknight Reload. This card is a very iffy card. The reason why I like it so much is you can't draw no more for the rest of your turn after you activate this card, but you can still search. So that's very helpful for this deck. It also 2 combination in with 2 Igknight Unite. It helps out to, you're not going to lose field presence. If you combo these 2 together, being able to special summon a monster, put Igknights back into the deck, and then still draw back out of the deck, helps out a lot with a lot of your plays and helps put other extra monsters on board. It is also putting monsters back into your hand, making it so that you can get the plays going the way you want to. There's too many hand traps out there, so we do run the one call by the grave. They could at least brought this card back to 2. What's wrong with you, Konami? You could at least brought this back to 2. This would have been easy, something we could have done, because you got too many hand traps in your game. We also got one Goki rematch just to be able to make sure we get those extended plays. And for the equip cards, we're running 1 Phoenix Blade and 2 Moon Mirror Shield. I like to run the Moon Mirror Shield. It can be regenerated. Also, too, if I do have to send this to the graveyard, I like to have a backup one, because sometimes monsters can get a little big and they're going to have to out this card. It's going to run over about any monster, so I like that a lot. But that's it for the spell cards. And for the trap card, I'm running 1 skill drain, because if push comes to shove, we already running normal monsters. Make your opponent run normal monsters too, and we just go for hits after that. But that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, I'm running 1 number 39 Utopia Beyond. Beyond is just an all-around good card. You got the level 6s. If your opponent has a bunch of crazy high-level monsters out there with big attacks, drop their attacks down, pendulum summon a bunch of monsters, just run them over, hit for as much damage you want to, just at least clear the field. So that's always a good alternative. Also running 1 Naruto the Moral Leader, just being able to make sure we get hate on those spell cards. And also running 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, just make sure we get some type of monster negate out there also. Also running 1 Tornado Dragon, want to make sure we can clear off some back row depending on what's going on. And also Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller, there's always gonna be some type of graveyard effect. BA's pretty much looking pretty good right now. It's not saying BA's gonna do anything great, but still having to worry about 3 Graph, 3 Sur is a problem. Also running the 1 Bamboozle Gossip Shadow. I like this card because it doesn't negate the effect, it changes the effect of what it is, allowing each player to draw a card. Depending on what the card is, that could be very, very helpful to you, very, very useful. And also too, in tandem with Sky Thunder, being able to equip this to or become a material underneath this card is very helpful too, making this card a little bit more powerful. Once again, I still feel Zeus should have never been printed, but it's all around a good card, helping to get field clearance. Also running 1 Link Spider, just because we're running plenty of normal monsters. Being able to get that free special summon, sometimes that extra standard on the board does make a difference. Same thing, we're running 1 Link Karibo, just make sure we get that extra negate in the battle phase, and this can be very annoying to your opponent depending on how your plays go out. Also running the 1 IP Masquerena. This is something that we want to do during our opponent's turn, making so we have a Link monster that cannot be, really just destroyed real easily. It'd be very useful to you, and also to just be able, just a very good generic monster, very good. We got a Soul Day. This is just a card that, it's a good card. This right here is amazing. I would even recommend playing this at 2 if you didn't want to play the IP Masquerena. But a Soul Day, being able to get to your warrior monsters is very, very good. The only thing about this card, I don't like running the equip cards, but just being able to play 1 of them, that's very good. Also running the Nightmare Engine, running 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Unicorn. This is just utility cards depending on what you have to go up against and what cards you might have to spin off the field or destroy off the field during your opponent's turn to really knock them back. And lastly, for the extra deck, running 1 Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. This is just making sure that we can get plenty of negates on board, monster negates, because your opponent's going to try to go crazy on it. But that's it for the deck profile, guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, too, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Find it right down there, right there. Also, too, if you like the video, be sure to gun that like button. Thanks, guys, for all your love and support. We're out.